Let's go into the Jordan Peterson one.
Okay.
I know you took your test. We haven't really looked at it. So Jordan Peterson has this thing, just to kind of inform the audience. He has this thing where it's called Understand Yourself. It's his website. You go to it. Use my affiliate code. Nah, just kidding. I don't have one. I wish I had an affiliate code for Jordan Peterson stuff. But you can go to his site and fill out this thing. It's 100 questions, and it's from it's like a range from 5. So one in the middle is neutral, and then it's like normal, like yes or no, and then very strongly yes or no. Más o menos. That's kind of what the breakdown of it is. And it just goes through these questions, and you're kind of self-analyzing yourself when you take this test. And it's very cheap. It's under $10.
Yeah.
It's under $10. For a lot of these personality types tests, like the real ones, like the Myers-Briggs or the Kobe index, which we'll get into, they cost money. Like the Kobe one takes $50.
Yeah.
I always have everybody take the Kobe.
Yeah, you've told me about that one.
Kobe one is probably still my favorite.
Yeah.
For working with people, because you learn about how people work, not necessarily anything else.
Okay.
So I'd be more interested in how you work naturally than I do about like personality and these other things. But let me steal it from you.
Here it is.
I like your little like sticky thing.
Thank you.
See, that's total girl stuff.
Yeah, that's very neat.
Okay, let's see. Are you at the top? Okay, so the way that the score works is it's. You mind if I tell the score?
Yeah. Go for it.
Is it's 0 to 100. So if you're in a room of 100 people, this is what your percentage of people that would be above you or below you in this.
The percentile.
In this percentile. So you're agreeable.
I am.
Very agreeable. So
yeah, it was like 88, right?
It says high agreeableness.
Yeah.
So you're at the 88th percentile, which means in a room of 100 people, there's only going to be 12 people that are, 11 people that will be more agreeable than you.
Yeah.
So super agreeable.
And what exactly is agreeable? Like I read a little bit.
So
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with it
word.
100%. We can read through it here. You are high in agreeableness. Well, that's what we just said. Which is the primary dimension for interpersonal interaction in the 5 personality traits scientific model. And this is one thing that's very different about Jordan Peterson. He doesn't like Myers-Briggs. He doesn't like any of the other ones. This is what he attends to because this is more like clinical psychologist study.
Yeah.
So agreeableness is a very complex trait with marks of positive and negative elements all along the distribution. Because of this, high scores and low scores need to be explained at the same time. Oh gosh, I'm gonna read.
I know they're long.
Let me see if I can scan through it. So people with levels of high agreeableness are seen by other people as cooperative, warm, and considerate. So there you go. They are quite likely to look for and even sometimes to see the best in others and are interpersonally tolerant. That's very good. Okay. So me, let me go. I'm going to pull up mine. This is funny. Because I'm like on the other end of the
We're
spectrum.
super similar, but this is going to be fun to see.
Yeah, because we're definitely not.
Yeah.
I don't think.
And I think it's, like I'm a female. So
That's true.
I think women are more agreeable than men sometimes.
That's true. I agree. Yeah, and I think it says it in here. Is this touchscreen?
No, it's not.
It says it here on the bottom. Let's see. No, not there. Okay. Women are 59% to men 41%.
Yeah.
So that's the level of agreeableness. Oh no. No, it's broken down into 2 things, which is compassion and politeness. So your compassion is the high one, is 91%.
Okay.
So you're very compassionate, which is 61 to 39 to men.
Okay.
So men are generally not as compassionate. Politeness, you're in the 76, which is more lower, but it's 59 to 41. That's the other one.
Yeah.
So
That sounds right. I'm polite, but if you don't make sense, I'm not going to play along.
So my agreeableness is exceptionally low. I was at the 2%.
No, that's like really low.
Wow.
So everybody in the room is more agreeable to you.
Only one person.
One is less.
One person
That's
in the room.
so funny.
And he's probably like about to kill me.
He's trying to get out of the room.
He's like, I really do not agree with anything going on in this room. My compassion is low, so I'm at the 21 percentile, which you were at 91.
Yeah.
And then my politeness was 0. I'm not making it up.
0.
It's 0.
Yeah.
Literally 0.
Everybody is more polite.
There's no one in the entire world that is less polite than me.
That's hardcore, Ed.
See, I don't go for any of these low numbers. I'm just extreme.
Extreme. High or low.
That's hilarious.
That is amazing.
Okay, so you're definitely more polite and more and more compassionate.
Okay.
So don't come. Word to everybody, don't come cry on my shoulder because I don't care.
He doesn't care. I care a little bit, but I'll probably get over it.
It's so funny because people do cry on my shoulder all the time.
Oh, and are you just like, okay.
There.
Now go away.
like Big Hero 6, is that what
Oh, yes.
There. He's just repeating, a thing. He doesn't even care. Okay, so conscientiousness. And this is the interesting thing about conscientiousness is it's the biggest marker for success in life.
Oh.
Go figure.
Okay.
And you have very moderately high conscientiousness, which means like it's almost like a level of judging, which is kind of an interesting thing. So let's see. Moderate. Let me see if I can find out. Conscientious people implement their plans and establish and maintain order.
Yes.
That sounds right. I have very low conscientiousness, which I'm in the 13th percentile, and you're at 66.
Okay.
So again, on the opposite side of the spectrum.
Yeah.
And so, which means, obviously, the 13 out of 100. Low conscientiousness do not regard duty as particularly important, and they do not like to slog away at their tasks.
Yeah, that sounds right for you.
They will.
You're like a big picture guy.
Yeah. And they will only work hard if pushed, generally by outside forces, and do not mind wasting time.
That's so
They
funny.
are highly likely to procrastinate. Even when people with low levels of consciousness commit to doing something, there's a good chance that they will be late or delayed, or even there is no reason for it. Even when there's no reason for it. Wow. Tell me how you really feel, Jordan Peterson. So I'm being transparent here, okay? So it's kind of funny. So the conscientiousness is broken into two different things: industrialness and orderliness. Okay. So industrialness is, let's see if I can find one of these little moderate. Let's see. No, let's see. Okay, your score puts you in the, if you're in the room. Moderately industrious people are reasonably likely to succeed in school and administrative managerial positions, particularly if they're intelligent. Okay. If they don't live to work, however, they do not always have to be doing something useful. They're generally quite dutiful. However, they tend not to put things off or mess them up. They also tend to finish what they start pretty much on schedule. Moderately industrious people have some genuine interest in considering how to accomplish more in less time with fewer resources, and can focus consistently on task at hand.
Hmm.
So one thing I would say that's very interesting about this is because I'm very, I guess, self-aware.
Mm-hmm.
I've always, I guess, become like have been able to do this.
Yeah.
And I think mainly because I've seen, like my brother, who was like melancholy, super smart. Everything had to be clean, and everything had, it was just a certain way, and I was just so contrasting to it.
Yeah.
He was like, we'll get into it, but I'm sure he had very high neuroticism, and I have like zero neuroticism.
Who's older?
He's older.
Okay.
And I was kind of submitted to him
Yeah.
until I got out of high school. So it was like I was like my butterfly moment, and it's even hard our relationship now because he still sees me that way.
Yeah.
And it's hard for him to understand that I'm over here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially because I'm so A-type.
Yeah.
Which causes conflict.
Yeah.
Because it's like you don't even know who I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think older brothers generally, or the oldest sibling, you're the eldest.
I'm the oldest. Yeah.
Kind of find themselves sooner.
Yeah.
Because they're not underneath somebody else's.
Yeah.
Right?
I could see that for sure.
Yeah. So
we have to find our friends. Like I have 3 little sisters,
mm-hmm.
and so they would just tag along, and I was always in charge. I would have to be like, my parents would go. I was watching them since I was like 7.
Yeah.
So I'd have to be like in charge, take control. You're my little sister. I'm watching you. Not that I like that, especially being like in the Hispanic family.
Yeah.
Like it's a whole other thing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because there's kind of like especially being the woman.
Yeah.
Being a woman in a Hispanic family, you don't necessarily have to leave the house at 18.
Yeah.
You know what I
well,
mean?
with my mom, we did. She had a countdown.
Okay, she was like,
when you're 18, you're out. I remember being 14.
I'm getting your dad to myself.
Yes, I remember being 14, and she was talking to my grandma, and she's like, 4 more years, and she's out. But we also didn't get along because we're very similar. So like,
you'd be fascinated if you got her to take.
I want to get her to do it.
And you can see what it is. You can see the contrast.
Yeah.
Because some of this I'm surprised by.
Yeah. Are you?
Yeah. Some of this I'm surprised by. And it's funny because I read people for a living.
Yeah.
Because of sales, I just train myself to be like, oh, I can pick this up.
Yeah.
And the one that I'm the most intuitive to is for Greek.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can kind of ask people simple questions and then I can
figure it out.
Oh, okay, they're over here. But this is definitely different. So industrialness means like you kind of are always building, I would say, in a sense.
I am.
But what I was trying to get to, my point was, what I was trying to say was that because I know who I am, I'm aware of who I naturally am and not who I'm forcing myself to be. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah.
So like I've learned to be very industrialness and be very orderly. Mm-hmm. Like one of the things in orderliness is like, do you ever lose things, right? And I never lose anything. But I'm not the type of person. When I was a kid, I was losing everything.
Yeah.
So I've learned to mold my personality to a way where I could be like, oh, okay, this is how I will function better.
Yes, and I lose everything.
See, so
constantly.
So that's fascinating. So it's also how you answer it. You, how you interpret the question.
Yes.
So you're high in orderliness. I'm low in both of those things. So let's see what I am in. Industriousness is moderately low. I'm at 32.
Okay.
So you're at 73. Again, on the other side of the spectrum. Orderliness, I'm at 7.
Okay.
So I have like no orderliness. But it's also because I'm a very much like rebel.
Yeah.
Where I don't want anybody to tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Like if even when I was a kid, my mom used to tell me that when she would tell me to hurry up, I would go slower.
Yes. Yeah.
That's just my natural state.
Yeah.
You know? She told my wife when we got married, she said that she told my wife that she says, if you want Edward to do anything, you have to give him a carrot. Stick don't work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's good advice. That's really good advice.
Yeah, because, well, she had to deal with it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, you don't do this, I'm going to, spank you or something.
Like, all right. Yeah.
I was like, well, cool. I'll get over it. Because I'm neurotic. I have no neuroticism, so pain doesn't bother me as much as most people.
If I get in trouble, it's still less now as an adult. Once I became a mom, things bother me less. But as a kid, all my dad had to do was look at me disappointed, and I'd be like, "I'm sorry."
You'd crumble.
Yeah, one of my sisters, always in trouble, constantly grounded, whatever, and she's like, "Cool, 2 weeks, awesome. Are you done?"
Didn't face her.
Not at all. Me, I'm like,
oh, Daddy, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. I'll never do it again.
Love you.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't need you.
Yeah.
So we're both high extroversion. So you're 99 percentile. So you're like me with whatever that other one was. I was 0. Politeness. And I'm 92 percentile. So we're both very extroverted. So I don't think you need to explain extroversion. Yeah. I think everybody understands extroversion.
Definitely.
Enthusiasm is the first one. So let's see what enthusiasm is. So your enthusiasm is very high, and mine is normal. Oh. Mine is typical.
Okay.
But you don't see me getting very enthusiastic.
No, never.
I'm kind of
super even keel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't go like this. So typical average enthusiasm, which yours is extremely high, 99 percentile.
Okay.
Assertiveness, you're exceptionally high, 97 percentile. And assertiveness, I was 1 point higher, 98 percentile.
Nice.
This one was very surprising, that assertiveness.
I don't feel like I'm super assertive.
Yeah, but I think maybe it might be your natural state that you've kind of put on the back burner.
I can see that. Okay.
Where you're like, I want to tell everybody what to do, but I don't think I will win.
So I won't.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
So, neuroticism is very low. No, is moderately low. So, yours is 29 percentile, which it's not totally low, but not totally high.
Yeah.
So, you're below the median. Let me see well, obviously the median would be 50. That's interesting.
What's yours?
7.
Oh.
So I'm not very neurotic at all. So neuroticism is, just for some people that don't understand what that is this kind of like, do you judge other people and do you judge yourself? Mm-hmm. So the more you judge yourself, the more you'll judge other people. Mm-hmm. This kind of goes hand in hand.
Totally.
So unless you're a narcissist.
Oh.
So that's what narcissism.
So if you're a narcissist, what number would you have?
You wouldn't score correctly.
Okay.
Because you're judging other people not the same way you're judging yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it would be like, I don't know what it would happen, but I know that's what it is. It's like, for whatever reason, you give yourself a pass when you don't give anybody else a pass.
Totally.
So, I don't give myself I don't give myself a hard time, and I don't give anybody else a hard time. I accept people.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird when you think about all the other things that go in tandem. It's kind of fascinating. So people that have really high neuroticism are generally very depressed people.
Oh.
So this is a big indicator of people that deal with depression. So if you're high,
because they're hard on themselves.
Yeah, if you're high in conscientiousness and high in neuroticism, then you would be a high probability that you're going to deal with depression.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's good that you're low, because I was interested in seeing that.
Yeah.
Because of the conversation we had the last time.
Yeah.
So withdrawal, you're 57, which is almost standard.
Sweet.
Generally withdrawal is 60 for women and 40 for men.
Oh, not bad.
So withdrawal is kind of an individual's average in withdrawal may occasionally suffer from anticipation anxiety. So like this this trip that we're going to take with our significant others, and we're going to Cloudcroft, and we're all like, everybody's all excited, and I have no excitement.
You have no excitement?
I don't even care. I think
I'm so excited.
like I like the idea, but it's not like I don't have any.
You don't want to go apple picking, sir?
I don't have any. I don't have any anticipation, anxiety whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like
it just is.
Yeah, just. So mine is very low. That's what it says. So, but yours is normal.
Yeah.
So you have normal.
Sweet.
So the one below that is volatility.
Okay.
And yours is low, which is surprising. Which is very surprising. So volatility is kind of an interesting one. So it's like, how stable is your mood? Mm-hmm. So yours is low. So they are not irritable, and they don't feel less disappointed, frustrated, pain, or loneliness.
Yeah.
Which is kind of good.
Yes.
This is a very good straight. So this is kind of the one where you would be, if this one's very high, you might have really high moments and really low moments.
Totally.
So my volatility is extremely low. It's 3%.
Okay.
And you're 11.
Yeah.
So we're both kind of.
I'm 11?
Yeah.
Whoa, that is low.
Yeah, it is low. It's surprisingly low. Openness, which is is the next one. Openness is like another topic. So you're average on openness. So let's see if openness to experience is a measure of interest in novelty, art, literature, abstract thinking, philosophy, as well as sensitivity to esoteric emotions and beauty.
Okay.
So openness is kind of just what it is.
Yeah.
You know, it is open. So we're both around the same thing. I'm 53 and you're 57.
Okay.
So we're both pretty open-minded people.
Totally.
You gotta open yourself up to new experiences.
Yeah, man.
What movie is that from?
I don't know. Is it that McConaughey one that you quote sometimes?
No. Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
I do like that movie.
You do.
All right. Can't believe that guy's gonna possibly be our governor.
And not this go around.
I hope not. I like him, but I don't like him as a governor.
I agree.
I don't think the guy that gets high on TV. So next one is intellect. So intellect, your intellect was average. And this is this is not an IQ test.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they get this question, but
there was one question about how big is your vocabulary? I wonder if it was that one. Maybe
that's part of it. I don't know. It's probably going to be more questions. It's probably more like tricky than we think it is.
Yeah.
So people typical in intellect can be interested in ideas and abstract concepts. They do not mind sometimes enjoying comfort with novelty information. However, even if it is complex, they are curious and as an average person, and occasionally like to tackle and solve intellectual problems.
Yeah.
So let's see. People moderately high in intellect tend to be quite interested in ideas and abstract concepts. They often enjoy being confronted with novel information even when it is complex. They tend to be more curious, exploratory than average, frequently like to tackle and solve problems. Yeah. Okay, so it's just like the extreme. So I'm like 67 and you're 47.
Okay.
And then the next one is...
That sounds right.
Openness. And I'm moderately low and you're moderately high.
Okay.
So it's funny. Our significant others would be like, think we would get the same answer, and we're like on the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
So Fooey, I think you got us all figured out. You guys go take that and fry it.
Fry it up.
That was not polite.
Rude.
I got zero politeness, so now I'm gonna go with it.
It tracks.
I'm just gonna go with it. And whatever you say, it's not gonna bother me because I'm not neurotic at all.
You really aren't. That one's so. It's like I've watched you in like some like not hard moments, but you're literally like, okay, Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like the two things.
Mm.
Sure.
Yeah, I
All
do
right.
type sure a lot in text.
You do.
People ask me all the time, what does this mean? It means sure. Let's do it. Like I don't know.
In text, sure sounds like, I guess.
It does. Huh?
Yeah. But maybe you do it on purpose.
No, I say sure like sure.
Sure.
Like sure.
Yeah.
It's funny because there's no inflection in text.
Yeah,
So
there
it's
is.
hard to read text.
Emojis. Do you use emojis?
I do use emojis
Wait.
quite a bit.
Hold on. You text me sure today, and I think you did do an emoji.
I didn't do an emojis. I didn't do an emoji.
No, you didn't.
Mm-mm.
No emoji. It would be funny.
It wasn't
It
just-
would be funny if you're like, sure.
Yeah.
With that emoji.
That's a good test. Let's go see what your number, like your you know how you do your favorite?
Yes.
So if you do like if you click the emojis, right, in your thing, it'll tell you like the little timeline one.
Yes.
So it's like the ones
that
you use the most. So, like-
Hearts. I love hearts.
So like what's your number one?
Laughing, crying, tilted.
Oh, uh-huh.
And then next is hearts.
Mine's the thumb.
Thumbs up.
Here, let me switch. Let's see. Yeah, yours is the last
Oh,
one.
why birthday cake?
I wish like people birthday.
And then this one.
The slap in my face one is like yes. I use that one a lot.
Oh my gosh. Praying hands, strong.
You have the colored emojis. That's funny.
Oh, I do. I'm not yellow. I am brown.
I do yellow because I don't want to be like offensive and
No.
I'm trying to be polite.
I've had people. No, literally, I've had people be like, "You're not that dark," and I'm like, I could use whatever emojis I want. Okay.
That's funny.
In the summer, I am.
Nice. So I do have the laughing face. Though you know the one I like a lot is that little like the disgust
You do like
face.
that one, yes.
It's in the top 4. Then you have the dead one.
I
like,
do.
Like this is dead laughing.
Yes, exactly.
That's
I'll just respond with
I
that.
love those things. Yeah.
This is fun.
I like the exploding brain one.
You do.
That exploding brain one I use a lot too.
When you meet people, you should like, what are your top 4 emojis?
Let's see we should do that every time we interview somebody. Give me your phone, then we're gonna look at your emojis. Like let's do this. In your let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 5. So there's 30 emojis right in your most common.
Yes.
How many of them are negative?
Oh.
So I think 1, 2,
1,
3,
2, 3.
4, 5. I have the thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
6. I have 6.
I have 3.
Okay. See, I'm a little more negative. Everything else is just kind of whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, last one is openness, which you're at the 66th percentile. And I'm 38th percentile, so you're definitely more open than I am. The closest synonym for openness, rather than openness to experience, which encompasses openness to intelligence, is creativity.
Oh.
So you're more creative.
I'm very creative.
Moderately open, creative people find beauty importance without an outlet for their creative ability. They may have some difficulty thriving. So, Jordan Peterson loves to talk about creative people and how they struggle in life.
They do.
You know?
Yeah.
But you have conscientiousness.
Yeah.
And I think that's your strength. Like the orderliness and like that. Like I'm envious of that for sure because it's not my tendency. But I think I'm more into like, how do I say it? Like it's hard to understand why one person would be conscientious and another person wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like why would one person care about one thing and the other person not?
Yeah.
It's hard to say, you know what I mean? It's kind of, that's one thing that's different about this one. This one doesn't make you feel warm and fuzzy.
Yeah.
All the other personality types is like, you're the best person you can ever be.
Yay!
And then you just go away. You're like, yay, I love this place.
This is what I am.
Yay, look at me. I'm so great. Like, literally, Kobe, my favorite one.
Yeah.
She literally says, you have the perfect score when you start, and after you're done with your test.
And it does it for everybody.
Everybody's got the perfect score. You know, and then, like, I had somebody take it. I was like, you should take this test. It was pretty cool. And they take it, and then I hear, you got the perfect score. It's like,
they did it for them, too?
you traitor. I had the perfect score. It's like every new person has a better score, you know? So, yeah, I think that's it. So, let's go over a little bit of what we want to talk about.
Yeah.
I know we have, it's kind of like the get to know us. You know?
I like this. I think these things are important to get to know yourself. I like the idea of doing that with people you work with.
Mm-hmm.
That's smart.
100%.